哇塞，哇塞，没买，你给我买的。
Hello everyone, I am Weiwei. Today, let's take a look at China's National College Entrance Examination, commonly known as the Gaokao. In China, the Gaokao is an important stage in a person's life, and for ordinary people, it can even be a chance to change their lives. Today, I'll show you what it looks like outside an exam center. I don't know if you've noticed, but on an ordinary day you can hear traffic, car horns, and sometimes street vendors calling out to customers. Today, though, it is noticeably quieter. Because the Gaokao is taking place, people passing near the test site try not to honk, keep their voices down, and leave students a quiet environment in which to take their exams. Take a look at the sign in the middle of the road. It says, "Odd, even license plate restriction." In other words, vehicles whose license plates end in an even number cannot pass today. Only vehicles ending in an odd number are allowed on the road. This helps reduce traffic congestion, prevents students from losing time on the way, and cuts down on the vehicles and noise around the test site. This vendor lying down by the roadside isn't homeless. He is simply taking his lunch break. In Shanxi, many people have a habit of taking a midday break. When I was in school, students even needed their parents to sign off on their lunch break. For many local people, resting for a while after lunch has become part of the rhythm of daily life. I arrived relatively early, so there aren't too many people around yet. But the closer we get to the test site, the more you can feel people and vehicles gradually gathering. Can you see it? The test site is just ahead. Many banners cheering on the students hang near the school gate, and a row of service tents has been set up along the roadside. Some offer free drinking water and fans, while others give parents a place to rest for a while. These services are provided by volunteers, businesses, and community organizations, and are mostly free of charge. On a day this hot, he noticed that free Hawthorne drink is available here too. Let's go over and try a cup.
谢谢。那你喝啥？你喝绿豆汤还是喝山楂汁？
喝绿豆汤还是喝山楂汁？谢谢啊。绿豆汤吧。
来点豆子。可甜了，可甜了。
好的，谢谢。
小银烫啊，小银烫。小银烫啊，小银烫。
It is sweet and sour, and genuinely but I still wanted something cold. So I ran to a small shop and bought an ice cream bar. I couldn't wait. Something frozen really hits the spot. Haha. because of the heat and to handle heat stroke or other emergencies. An ambulance is parked near the test site, with medical staff standing by at all times. During the Gaokao, some bus routes and volunteer vehicles also provide free rides for students. If a student encounters an emergency on the way, they can ask the traffic police for help. When necessary, the officers may even escort students to the exam center on motorcycles. All of these preparations are meant to help students enter the exam room smoothly. This is actually where I used to go to school. I haven't been here in a long time, so I'll also show you the buildings and surroundings nearby. Standing outside the Gaokao exam center, watching these students about to walk through the school gate, I suddenly remembered my younger self for 3 years of high school. I got up early, attended classes, solved problems, and stayed for evening self-study every day. These were not things I always had to be forced to do. Through day after day, they gradually became part of my life. When I finally walked into the exam room, I was naturally a little nervous, but I felt even more. Everything that needed to be prepared had been prepared, and I had made all the effort I could. All that remained was to write down what I knew. Back then, I hoped that all those years of persistence would lead to a result. Looking back now that I am older, I have a more realistic understanding of the Gaokao. The Gaokao is not the only answer in life, and one exam cannot define everything a person is capable of. It is certainly not perfectly fair, but for many ordinary families, it remains a pathway to higher education with relatively clear rules and a relatively transparent process. It gives many young people the opportunity to go farther through their own efforts and to experience different cities, universities, and life choices. More importantly, the experience of preparing for the exam teaches many people persistence and responsibility, and what it means to make a serious effort for their own future. When many people hear about the Gaokao, but when I truly stand outside an exam center and see parents waiting under the blazing sun, residents voluntarily keeping the noise down, traffic police maintaining order, and volunteers handing out free water, I see more than pressure itself. What I see is so many people coming together to make way for these young people. The Gaokao is not a myth, nor is it the endpoint that determines the rest of a person's life. It is simply a very important stop along the journey of growing up for many young people in China. Beyond the test papers and the scores, there is the quiet support of parents, the day-after-day persistence of young people, and the understanding and kindness that an entire city. Perhaps that is what makes the Gaokao so unforgettable. What do you think about China's Gaokao? What kind of entrance exam do students take in your country or region? Share your story in the comments. Don't forget to follow me in the next episode. I'll continue showing you more real and ordinary moments from everyday life in China.